Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome back. News and views moving along. It's Women's Month, and obviously, we accolade women that are making a difference in lives all around the country and all around the world. And it's my absolute pleasure to be talking with another such woman on the show this morning. And she is MK Party Member of Parliament, Saira Abader. And off here, I just kind of asked her, how come our paths have not crossed? An amazing woman like yourself, a woman that is now an MK Party member and in Parliament. I should have come cross paths with you somewhere, someplace, sometime. But I guess it is as Allah wills, is it not? So it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the show a dynamic woman making a difference in the lives of South African. And that, of course, is you, Saira Abader. Assalamu alaikum to you. Welcome to the program. My pleasure entirely to have you on the show this morning.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm honored to be on your show. And yes, we work from the back and changing lives, definitely changing lives. That's what we're here to
do. You know what they say about people working from the back? They are the true leaders. So I salute you.
Absolutely.
Okay, a little bit about you. You're involved in the Portfolio Committee on Human Settlements, the National Assembly's committee. Just correct me if I've got something wrong here or out of sync. You're also on the National Assembly in Parliament. And then, of course, on the Mkhonto Wesizwe Regional Gauteng election list 2019. And then with the MK party. So many congratulations to you. And of course, undoubtedly, lots of questions regarding your affiliation with the MK party. Not that there's anything wrong with it. There's reasons why we kind of move towards a political group of people or a political party, because something that was said to them, slogan, mottos, what they stand for, speaks to our inner soul. And I'm more than certain this is what happened in your case. So let me ask you the Okay, your microphone's on mute.
Okay, are we better?
There you go. Let's ask the all-important question, Saira. How did you find yourself in politics, a space which is very unconventional, particularly for Muslim women in South Africa?
Absolutely. So my journey into politics was inspired in enduring vision of President Jacob Zuma and the MK Party's commitment to social justice and transformation. Coming from a community where political involvement for Muslim women is not the norm, I felt a profound responsibility to challenge these boundaries and advocate for inclusive representation. President Zuma's leadership has always emphasized the importance of diverse voices in politics, encouraging me to step into this role and continue to the national dialogue on equality and progress. So, there's been a lot of things around President Jacob Zuma and, all the things. But you got to look deeply into everything. You can't just take everything for face value and just accept what's been said to you. So, we all have a brain, as I always say, and we need to use it and think. So I've been looking at all the different parties and I say to myself, who deserves my time? Who deserves my knowledge, my experience, and who's going to give back to me so that I can empower and help the rest of South Africa? So here I am at MK.
Okay, so the all-important question is, who is Saira Abader? Where does she come from? And when and how did you become politically conscientized?
So, growing up in a previously disadvantaged group, I'm going to use the word group, you sit back and you look at over the years. Look, I was brought up in the 80s, the late 70s, 80s. And we saw a little bit of apartheid, not a lot. But obviously we heard from our parents, what apartheid was all about. And you sit and you listen to everybody complaining. we don't have this, and we've been deprived of that, and there's no equality. But often people sit back, complain, but don't want to make the change. So I decided that instead of complaining and waiting for other people to make the change, I need to make the change myself. So again, here I am at MK.
How did you approach them? How did you sell yourself to the MK for them to agree that this is the type of a woman, and a Muslim woman of that at that, to join our party?
So MK being a new party, at everything happened very quickly. Actually, we we were doing the work on the ground. People noticed what we were doing. Like I said, everything just happened. It's a new party, so it's not that I had to sell myself. They saw what we did, and
Wow.
um, and our mentors put our names forward, and here we are today.
How difficult is it to be a female and to be in a party like MK, which is seen by many as very Zulu traditionalist? And what would you say are some of the challenges that you face?
So, navigating the political landscape as a female in MK Party, often perceived as a Zulu traditionalist. And this is something that a lot of people, I come across a lot of people, and also if you read in media, often people are always talking about it as being a Zulu traditionalist party. I don't see any of it. I'll just give you one or two examples. So we had a Huvo, which is like a conference kind of thing a few weeks ago in Bela Bela. And obviously there's different people of different faith there, and so they had a bit of how can I call it, like a prayer, right? And then they noticed that we were there. So we also have, there's another Muslim lady on the in the party as well, and they then took notice of us, and they asked us, could we please come up and do a prayer as well? And we've President Zuma's security, the company that he uses is a Muslim man, Musa Gambi, and he went up and he was allowed. We were given the platform to read, to do whatever we wanted, actually. And he read Surah Al-Fatiha. He gave a little bit of a lecture, and then he closed off with Surah An-Nasr. So again, where's the Zulu traditionalists there? Furthermore, when we are in the gatherings and when we have our meetings and that, they don't speak vernacular. They speak English, and we are only three people. We are six that don't speak vernacular. And I'm not going to use terms like Black and Zulus and other languages, but we are six, so they don't speak vernacular. And because of the six of us, and we're 58 in the party, so 52 people speak vernacular and six don't. So for the six, this is the level of respect they have for us. And when it comes to our food, they make sure that we have halal food. Always, whenever there's something happening, there's always halal food. And they don't treat us any differently to anybody. So, it does come with challenges, but however, under the guidance of President Jacob Zuma, there has been a significant shift towards embracing diversity and inclusion. The challenges include overcoming stereotypes, and there's the stereotypes I'm talking about, breaking through the deeply ingrained patriarchal norms. Yet with President Zuma's support, the MK Party has been making strides in promoting gender equality, and you can see that by the number of females that's in the party, ensuring that women's voices are heard and respected. And I promise you, we are respected. I'm not just selling MK Party here. I want people to know that we are respected. And this journey involves constant advocacy and resilience, but it's also a testament to the party's evolving perspective and his influence on us.
Let's look at the formation of the GNU. It's still very much criticized by your party, MK. From a woman's point of view, why do you believe it's met with so much of disdain? Do you believe it's going to work? And I'm sure you're very pleased sitting here talking to me, knowing that you guys, MK, is the official opposition. So it's
Yes.
going to make for a lot of interesting debates, discussions. And I personally believe there's going to be fireworks in
Oh,
Parliament.
absolutely. It's already fireworks, It's so amazing. I was saying to my kids recently, because, we've never been in Parliament. We're always on the other side of the TV screen. And I was saying to them, when you sit there and you listen to everybody and you say, "Oh, can you just keep quiet? Like, let them get on with the business of or the order of the day." And I said, when you actually sit there, it's such a different ball game. You don't no. You actually, it's a lot of fun. We have lots of fun in there. Aside from
I
throwing
think
bottles in another.
I think you need to invite me as a guest at one of the sittings. I'd like to
I promise
experience
you
it.
I will. I promise you I will. We can have guests over, so I
I'm
promise you
aware.
I
I'm
will.
aware.
And it's exciting. And I said to one of my colleagues the other day, now I understand why they only allow water in Parliament, and it's plastic bottles because somebody will
Listen,
throw something at somebody.
that
So
can also be a dangerous missile if it's a full bottle.
if it's a full bottle, absolutely. Well, we sit very far across from one another, so yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe somebody will stop it. But with regards to your question, the government of national unity, or as we often refer to it, the government of national convenience, and you can understand why I'm saying national convenience, has faced significant criticism from the MK party due to the perceived departure from foundational principles. From a woman's perspective, the GNU appears to have sidelined the critical issues of social justice and economic equity that disproportionately affect women. President Jacob Zuma and the MK party have always championed these causes, advocating for policies that address the systemic inequalities faced by women. The disdain stems from the belief that the GNU's compromises have diluted these vital issues, undermining the progress needed for genuine gender equality and empowerment. So, when we look at all of this, you asked me early on, what do I think about it personally? I don't think this is going to work, and we can see it. We can see the cracks coming through, and it's just a matter of time before this falls. So they just
What
need to
happens,
fix it.
Ira? What do you believe is going to happen? Let's assume, I hope and pray that it will stand the test of time, because these type of coalitions work very well abroad. We've seen it in Western countries. But let's
Yes.
just assume that it starts falling apart. What then? What is the future of South African politics then? The MK party being the official opposition, and then you have all the smaller parties, doing their own thing. What do you believe is going
Mm.
to happen?
Look, they're gonna. You see, in a GNU, you've got to have all parties. If you look at in 1994, when they did a GNU, when we came off apartheid and
Yeah.
they collated, right? It wasn't a collate. That was a GNU because every single party was involved. Yes, we didn't have as many parties as we do today, but whether it was the opposition or not, every party was involved in this. Whereas now, that is why we're calling it a government of national convenience, because they have brought in the people that's convenient to them. They in a GNU, you've got to bring in all parties. We are not part of that, and a lot of parties are not a part of it. So how can it be a government of national unity? It's not going to work
Uh,
because.
all
Mhm.
right. People could argue that Jacob Zuma was not interested in being part of the GNU and decided to form the opposition, the MK party. Do you think that if the conditions were suitable to him, to Jacob Zuma, that he would have become part of the GNU? And do you believe then, under those circumstances, there would have been a better outcome for South Africans at large?
Absolutely, absolutely. But you see, there's just so much of controversy going on at the moment. So they, I don't know, whether they're scared. A lot of people are scared of MK. When I tell people that I'm with MK Party and they ask me why, and I say, why not? Why
Okay.
not?
Let me let me leave you with another question. I'm going for an ad break, and we'll come back. You can respond to that. And I think one of the reasons why I'm going to hone in on the word that you've just used now, scared. I think one of the things that comes to my mind is the riots in 2021. And I think the general consensus was that it was, in fact, instigated by Zuma, his children, and the MK followers. So that's one of the reasons why. And pre the current elections, a lot of political candidates or political figures that I interviewed right here on Salam Media, one or two MK party members as well, who threatened on air that if things don't go MK's way, that there'll be a riot or an uprising like never seen before in South Africa. And those type of utterances are scary. People don't want to hear about an uprising. So I'm going to leave you with that, Saira. Let's go for our ad break and we'll come back to you, inshallah.
Absolutely. Ameen.
Connect and stay ahead with Salam Media. This is Salam Media, coming to you live from South Africa.
Attention drivers, revamp your ride with top quality tires at Best Drive Braamfontein. Our seasoned technicians guarantee a perfect fit for a smooth, safe journey. Choose from premium brands to budget-friendly options, all at competitive prices with special offers. From tire installations to brakes and shocks, we have all your vehicle needs covered. We also specialize in wheels, batteries, and suspension repairs. Get to meet our hands-on director, Mohammed Desai. With over 3 decades of experience, he ensures you receive exceptional service. Enjoy Salah facilities and a complimentary tea or coffee while you wait. Don't compromise on safety and performance. Ample parking available and full-time security on premises. Visit Best Drive Braamfontein today or call 011 837 4000 or 5000. We are 1 kilometer off the M1 highway. Take the Smith Street off-ramp towards Fordsburg, Fitas. Best Drive Braamfontein, where excellence meets service.
World-class financial services only at Sapphire Global, your financial partner. If you are looking for Islamic, Sharia, and ethical financial products, look no further. Sapphire Global offers a wide range of financial service offerings from short-term to life and investments. A full-service center with all financial requirements under one brand. Our highly skilled and experienced consultants are ready to help protect your financial future. Contact us on 041 001 0184 or visit our website on www.sapphireglobalfs.com. Sapphire Global is an authorized financial services provider.
In the Eastern Cape, a single mother and her 3 daughters face a week without food. Last year, 15,000 children were hospitalized for severe malnutrition. With a 60% unemployment rate, the crisis deepens. But you can light the way. This Ramadan, your support can turn despair into hope. The Al Fida Foundation is on the ground providing vital aid. Join us in the fight against hunger and use your zakat to feed Muslim families in Gqeberha and rural Eastern Cape. Send us an email at alfida@telkomsa.net or contact us at 041 484 1288 for Section 18A tax certificates or enquiries. The Al Fida Foundation, together turning compassion into action.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness, and every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and free zakat calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
The people of Palestine need your support now. Africa Muslims Agency is on the ground, already providing food, medication, and emergency supplies in Gaza. Donate any amount to Heal Palestine at africamuslimsagency.co.za. Africa Muslims Agency, empowering, educating, inspiring.
Searching for elite local and international investment and advisory services from an award-winning firm? Look no further than the Belmont Mayer Group, your gateway to unparalleled investment and wealth management. At Belmont Mayer, we believe in the art of wealth creation, a meticulous process fueled by our unwavering commitment to excellence. With a focus on providing elite alternative investments and quality advice, we also pride ourselves on maximizing value for our esteemed investors, as seen through our consistent outperformance. Your financial success is our top priority. Join us at Belmont Mayer and experience the difference firsthand. Ready to embark on a journey of greatness? Contact us today. Reach out to the Belmont Mayer Group on 078 786 1698. Call or WhatsApp or email us at info@belmontmayer.com. Elevate your financial future with Belmont Mayer, where every detail matters.
Breaking stereotypes, moving boundaries, joining hands. Salam Media. Humanity sets the agenda.
Welcome back. It's exactly 9 o'clock. I'm talking to MK Party Member of Parliament, Saira Abader. And of course, Saira, I gave you a loaded question just before the ad break. Would you like to respond to that? And I have one or two more questions before I let you go.
Not a problem. So, with regards to what individuals say, it's difficult to hold or to keep everybody in check. So when I spoke to the people that that said that, and I said, like, why are you advocating riots and problems in the country? And it was said out of anger, and also things are taken. I'm not making excuses for them, but that's not what the party stands for. We don't stand for violence. President Zuma has on many occasions said to us, stand back, and allow the process. So when these individuals speak, they're speaking in their own capacity, not on behalf of the party. Also, with regards to the previous rioting, remember, yes, it started off, on a small scale, and then it's the criminal elements that took over. So again, I don't want to make excuses, but we know criminals will always find loopholes, and they just use that as their loophole. So going forward, I don't think South Africa shouldn't be worried, because it's not what President Jacob Zuma stands for, and he won't allow that to happen. Because when things like this come up, he sends out memos to us and says, tell the people that this is not going to happen. We don't want violence. All we want is to live in a better South Africa, so that everybody has equality, so that everybody has a place in South Africa. And that means every culture, every tradition, every race. There's no space for just one race or one culture. It's for everybody. And testimony to that is me. I'm a Muslim. I dress modestly. My colleague wears a burqa. She's in a abaya every day. She wears a burqa to Parliament. That's her daily attire. So again, the stereotype has to come to an end. People have to see it for who it is. And like I say, individuals will say what they want to say. It's difficult to stop them when they're talking. Like,
sadly, Sarah, during the insurrection, for want of a better word, we do know that there were tensions between Africans and Indians in Phoenix.
Yes.
In KZN, that really was very, very a very tense situation, and there were threats that it would continue later. There were threats by African South Africans who threaten that they're going to settle scores sometime in the future. So those are the type of things that really frighten people. It frightens them and scares them as to what sort of a country are we living in? Is this going to become, never mind factionalism, but xenophobic, for want of a better word? And I'm interested in hearing what Zuma and possibly his successors will feel about as the party moves forward. One more thing I'd like to add to that. We know Duduzile Zuma is also a member of parliament. That, of course, is Zuma's daughter. But a while ago, her twin brother was talking about or aspired to be a president, eventually, not immediately, of course, but to join the party and take over the reins from his father. So two very separate questions, but I like your response, please.
Okay, with regards to the threats and that there, I can assure you that's not what President Zuma stands for. He will not allow it. Whoever, is advocating for violence and threatening people, it needs to come to our attention, and they will be dealt with separately. So it's not what we stand for. It's not what we advocate. It's not what we want. So, it defeats the purpose of the party and what the party stands for. So that answers that question. With regards to Duduzile, I don't think anything like that's going to happen anytime soon. He's not even part of the party. He's actually got his own party. No, President Zuma is fully in control of the party. He is our leader, and we take instruction from him and only from him.
Interestingly, throughout the interview, you've been referring to Jacob Zuma as President Zuma. Any reason for that, or is that
Yes,
a Freudian slip?
It's that because he's our president, and look, we still believe that he's the rightful president to South Africa. So
I'll allow you.
A lot of people disagree with that, but that's how we feel.
Okay, you're entitled to your opinion. Finally, what are the key challenges that women face in South Africa? And as a leader and member of parliament, how do you think that those challenges can and must be mitigated? And going forward, what would you say? What is your advice to young Muslim females with political ambitions? Sadly, there aren't enough of those around. There may be one or two. So your response to those questions?
Okay, to your first question, women in South Africa face numerous challenges. And over the years, we think that it's getting better. But it's not. It's not. When something happens, it's all over the media, and everybody is jumping on the bandwagon to help and assist and sort it out, and everyone's got their opinions, and then it just gets swept up under the carpet. So one of the main ones is gender-based violence, and that's something that we just can't get around that. And we, again, like I said to you, we, being the very new kid on the block, we haven't been given that much opportunity to sort things out. But going forward, the important one is gender-based violence. And then, of course, economic disparity, limited access to education. I don't know, it's just been an age-old thing when it comes to women and education. Although there are a lot of people that are women that are very well educated, And then, of course, healthcare. And as a leader, member of parliament, influenced again by President Jacob Zuma's vision, it's crucial to advocate for comprehensive policies that address these issues. This includes implementing stricter laws against gender-based violence, promoting economic opportunities for women, and ensuring equal access to quality education and healthcare. Additionally, fostering an environment that supports women in leadership roles is essential. And again, you can see, by the amount of women, look, we're not equal in the party, but there's a lot of women. And I must tell you that they do ask our advice. They do come to us. They never, ever exclude us in anything that's going on. So it starts there. It starts at the party, and now we can roll it out, going forward to the bottom layers. And by creating platforms for women's voices and ensuring their active participation in decision making and process, we can begin to mitigate these challenges effectively. With regards to your question and what the young Muslim girls who have political ambitions, I want to say to all young Muslim girls with political ambitions, I say this: let your faith and values guide your path. When I got into this, obviously my name was put forward for Parliament. And I promise you, I made dua. It was in Ramadan that I was told that my name was put forward. And I promise you, I made so much of dua. I think Allah must have said to me, you know what, let me just give this to her and get her off my back. Because I said everything that I did. I said, Allah, put me in Parliament. Yeah, Allah, put me in Parliament. You have to give me this. If there's anything, if there's any dua that you answer for me in this month, please put me in Parliament. Everybody said to me, you have a purpose. So my husband passed away in 2021 with COVID, and it hit me. Not even for a 6, it hit me for 100. I just couldn't understand why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to take him away from me. I said, I have no purpose anymore. My kids are all grown. They don't need me. My life was for him. And everybody said to me, no, you have a purpose. And I said, what is my purpose? I don't see the purpose. And so when this came along, I thought, well, here's my purpose. This is my purpose. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants me to do. So I made dua for 30 days, 5 times a day and more. I sat on my musalla. I cried. And sometimes I would say to myself, but Saira, why are you crying for this? Why are you crying? Why are you shedding tears for this? And yes, Allah has given it to me. So this is why I'm saying to young, especially our Muslims, because we always have this narrative that we've got to be in the back. We've got to be, yes, like you said earlier, leadership is from the back. That is good leadership. But we also need to do something about this. So I say, let your faith and values guide your path, but never let societal norms limit your aspirations. Draw inspiration from leaders like President Jacob Zuma, who believe in the power of diverse voices in shaping our nation's future. And that's what it's all about. It's shaping the nation's future, because it's our young people that's going to go forward and do. We're old now. We're there to guide, but they need to do the work. They need to come up in their numbers, and especially our young girls. So stay resilient, educate yourself. That's so important. Educate yourself and build a strong network of supporters who share your vision. Embrace your identity and use it as a strength to advocate for change and inclusivity. The road may be challenging, and it's always challenging. Everything that you do is challenging. I mean, there's nothing that I can tell you that I can just go forward and say, well, this is it. No, everything is challenging. But your presence in politics is not only necessary, but also transformative for the community and the country at large. So you need to make that decision. You need to empower yourself. You need to go out there and say, I'm going to do this. I want to do this, and I want to make the change. You have to make the change. We can't sit back and say, do the same thing and expect a different result. You will never get a different result. So,
Saira Abader, I salute you. Well
Thank
said.
you.
Lovely meeting you. Wish you lots and lots of success going forward. Yes, not everyone's going to agree with you. Yes, not everyone's going to be pleased that you've joined the MK party. But then the question to be asked is, which is the ideal party to be with as far as South Africa is concerned? So whichever party you're with, and if you are making a meaningful change and a difference, alhamdulillah, you've then fulfilled your purpose. Wonderful talking to you. Look forward to many more conversations in the future. And hey, you're on the right track. Lovely to be with you.
Lots of dua. I need lots of dua.
Absolutely.
Lots of dua.
You go well. It was my pleasure meeting you this morning. Go well.
Shukran.
Keep us in your dua. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And it is exactly 13 after 9 o'clock. This is News and Views with me, Julie Ali on Salam Media. Standing by to talk with us is Sahad Zia Hero. He is obviously from Myanmar. He's going to be talking to us about the issue and the horrors that is being perpetrated on the Rohingya Muslims in that part of the world.